Hi, I'm Dr. Elliot Adam from ElliotOracle.com. I'm also the author of the award-winning Fearless Tarot and the brand new, hot off the press Tarot in Love, Consulting the Cards and Matters of the Heart, which just came out from Llewellyn Books and is available in January 2023. So if you do enjoy the book, I do hope you write a review for it. It really helps the book get out there. And thank you to all of those of you who did pre-order the book. I really appreciate it. But I'm so excited about book number 2. Okay, that's enough bragging about my book. Now it's time for the weekly Oracle reveal. So earlier today on Instagram, I placed up a photo of 3 different animals, and I asked you to use your intuition and just ask yourself which animal's calling to you, because that animal has your message. And the 3 animals were the hummingbird, the llama, and the crow. So if you're just joining me now, ask yourself which animal is calling to you, because that animal has your message. And for those of you who picked the hummingbird, the card says swiftness, excitement, cheerfulness, and hummingbird is a bird of pure joy. So when we're attracted to hummingbird, it might be a time when it's time to lighten up. Maybe we've gotten through a lot of stress, and now it's time to really replenish the part of our heart that feels excited, that feels alive and vibrant once more. First card for hummingbird is where it's best to place your focus this next week. And we actually get the Queen of Wands reversed. Now, upright, the Queen of Wands is a card of charisma, and she's also a card of regal bearing and confidence. And when she comes up reversed, she still means those things, but she can indicate that the energy around some of that may feel a bit blocked. And so this could be a time when you are really acting as if. The Queen of Wands is the actress of the tarot, and she reminds us that sometimes we have to fake it until we make it. Sometimes we don't feel 100% competent or confident or secure in ourselves or in something that we need to do. And still we need to show up. We need to be our best self and be courageous. And those lions on the card could really indicate that you do really want to do the courageous thing and to lead. So for those of you who picked the hummingbird, it's almost as if you're needing to pretend a little bit, or, even just summon up those confident feelings, even if it doesn't feel inherently like they're right beneath the surface. And you'll find that eventually you will see that your emotions do get more confident. It's just like smiling. If you smile, you'll find your mood starts to elevate. You'll find that people around you start to act differently and even better towards you. And so the Queen of Wands is all about being conscious and aware of what you're putting out there energetically. The next card for Queen of Wands, for the hummingbird, is where it's best to place, or advice from your inner wisdom. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied because now we got the King of Wands, the king of the suit as well. So we got the couple here. Sometimes this can indicate a relationship issue might be forming. It might indicate that somebody who's very opposite of you is also going to need to be spoken to, cooperated with. There might need to be compromise at this time. The King of Wands on a wisdom level for you, hummingbird, could just indicate that this is the time to believe in yourself, that you're the survivor. You've gotten through so many trials by fire just to get to this point. This might be the time when you're really owning that power. And there's also lions on the King of Wands card as well. So instead of being attracted to the hummingbird, I'm also feeling like you might want to be attracted to the lion this next week. That regal bearing. There's royal cards here. There's a sense that you're needing to stand in your own pride, to stand in what makes you confident and strong, hummingbird, and believe it. And the mythic archetype that's going to help you, hummingbird, is Medea. She's the archetype of magic. She's the sorceress from ancient Greece. And what she can indicate is that this is a time to change the energy, change your environment. Part of magic is trusting that you can change things, really putting your intentions out there and then allowing them to manifest without having to control them. But magic is also about energy and being very conscious of that energy signature you're wearing. So for hummingbird, you want to embody what makes you strong, regal, powerful, and a leader. Next, we're going to go into the llama. And this card says patience, stamina, and diligence. And llamas kind of are patient. If you just look at them, they just look like they're just kind of waiting around there. I'm not as well versed in the spiritual meaning of what a llama is, but I would say that they're gentle creatures and they look kind. And so this could be a time when, while you're waiting for things to manifest, you're also reaching into your kindness. You're also really being kind of low key with the energy, not overly aggressive, patient, allowing things to come to you. First card for Llama is where it's best to place your focus, and we got the Page of Wands. So wow, how interesting with the first two animals, we got three of the court cards from the Wand suit, the Queen, the King, and the Page of Wands. So this is a week of growth. Wands are like tree branches. They totally stretch into unexpected, organic, new dimensions. And so this could be a time for you where you're branching into something. And I always talk about the Page of Wands as also reminding me of the word talent. This could be a time for the Llama where you're patient, your talents are growing, you're still learning how to wield them. It might also be a time to be optimistic with what it is you're trying to grow in your life. Advice from your inner wisdom, if you pick the Llama, is the Wheel of Fortune. And this is a card of change, but it's also a card of luck, the changing of luck. Luck can be very fickle. Sometimes we can't just rely on luck. And so the Wheel of Fortune also reminds us to find our way back to our center, to that wise inner place. The Wheel of Fortune can also just indicate that there's changing circumstances happening right now for a llama, especially with something that you're trying to get to grow. And so again, be patient and really ride the unpredictability of the wheel by getting to the hub, getting to the center of the wheel, the symbol for your center. If you're strong in your center, all this can go on around you and you're going to be unaffected by it. The mythic archetype that's going to help the llama are the charities, the charites in Greek. And from the charities in English, we get our word charm, character, charisma. This is going to be a time, I think, for llama where you're really using your personality to open doors for you. It might also change things unexpectedly for you if you apply some charm. And then finally, we got the Clever Crow, and this card says mystery, judgment, and clairvoyance. And crow is a magical animal. It's intuitive. It also represents death, rebirth, change, transformation, and embracing the shadow. It's in the shadow places where the greatest healing happens for us. And first card for Crow is where it's best for you to place your focus. And what was I talking about? There's the Nine of Swords that has to do with the shadow, confronting our shadows. Sometimes the Nine of Swords has been called the worst card of the deck, not because it says the worst things are going to happen to the Crow, but because of worst case scenario thinking. The Nine of Swords affects our perspective. It's like looking at a beautiful day and wearing glasses that are besmirched with all this dirt, and everywhere you look, it just looks garbagey. So the Nine of Swords is telling you to come out of a negative perspective, to shift how you're viewing things. We sometimes have to watch out what pane of glass, what lens we're looking at our life through. Is it through the lens of an old painful experience? Well, then everything we look at is going to resemble that. Or are we looking through the lens of opportunity and optimism? Then we might see opportunities where we didn't before. Either way, the Nine of Swords is telling you to not isolate, to get out there, to ask for that second opinion, for more perspective, and to really get out of that spiral of suffering. Second card is advice from your inner wisdom. And for Crow, we are dealing with the shadow this week. We got the Devil card. Everyone's got an angel on their shoulder. Everyone's got that devil on their shoulder. There is the self-sabotaging kind of combo going on with both of these cards. And yet it's on that journey to the underworld, to the shadow place, where our breakthrough often is waiting for us. I feel for Crow, they're going through an underworld time, and it's so important they are seeking support. Call the people you're trusting that love you, that really care for you. Get support on a problem you might be having some difficulty with solving on your own. Remember that hell's a choice. The figures on the Devil card are wearing the chains, but they're loose. They can slip out of them whenever they decide to. Same with the Nine of Swords. This figure can get out of his head and into the world. It might be time to get out of something that feels oppressive or stuck. And then the mythic archetype that's going to help you is actually Penelope. She's the faithful wife of Odysseus who waits for him. And she's telling you to be faithful to your dream, to your best life, to not give up hope on that. And even if you are going through some shadows, that's just part of the journey. And that is this week's Oracle. I do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can check me out at elliotoracle.com. Otherwise, I hope you all have a safe and happy week, and do take care of yourselves. I'll see you again next time.